Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and today we are going to look at Islay Gold. Sorry for the noise upstairs. Family's playing around up there. It's Friday night. We're all doing well. Diving into two more whiskeys from my travels back to Wisconsin. Picked up Islay Gold at Total Wines in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for $36.99. Again, went in there, and an entire wall of Islas. Just started grabbing some of the cheaper ones, looking for a nice Isla that's fairly easy to drink and could be a daily sipper kind of thing without breaking the bank. So, saw Islay Gold, picked that up. A few things to note about it. No idea who distilled it or who even put it together. Couldn't find any real information on it. It says 10-year, age 10 years, but it also says distilled, blended, and bottled in Scotland. Now it says Single Malt Scotch Whisky, so I gotta believe that as a single malt that it's the same spirit, same type of runs and stuff that are being blended together. I mean, like any high production facility, they take all these different barrels, put them together, and boom, that's what you get in the glass. Could still be a single malt having done that because you're not mixing single malts from different distilleries or something like that. So hopefully that's what's going on, but couldn't find any information on pretty much anything about that. It is brought into the United States by Serenity Imports in Stamford, Connecticut. 40%, 80 proof. So kind of bottom of the barrel. It's the lower alcohol for the cheaper whiskeys that I've purchased. So if you look back at like the Smoky Joe or the Scarabus, those were both at 46. So we'll see what we get out of this thing. Hard to say. I have cracked into it, but it was a while ago now. But, a 10-year single malt, so not anything bad to say there. Yeah, let's dive into this and take a look at it. Anything else we need to know about this? Oh, I did want to mention, I say I never do the research or look at anything because I don't want the influence on there, but I think you'd find this interesting. But it says, heavy smoke, salty oysters, and lemongrass on the nose. Sweetness and mineral notes follow on your palate. All finished with cream, peat, and golden shimmers of spice. So, we'll see what we get out of this. 10 years. It's got a light golden color to it. Again, like I was saying, really big fan of Islas. So kind of went down that rabbit hole. The very next video that I'm going to shoot right after this one is going to be Brooklotic Port Charlotte 10-year. And then I have two Ardbegs that I'll probably review on another day. And then two Lagavulins that I'll do on yet another day. Again, only going to do about two whiskeys of these Islas at a time. So you'll see my outfits change and whatever else. Because I am going to give everybody a fair shake. It's hard enough already doing two because the first one I have, even with a palate cleanser, doing some water and whatever else, is still going to impact the flavors and the nose characteristic of the second one. So, I don't want to kind of hit into that too much, by doing a third or a fourth or a fifth one. So just doing them two at a time, that's already enough discrepancy there. So there we go. We'll have that going forward here. Let's see. Anything else we need to know about this? I don't think so. 10-year single malt. Here we go. I don't know if I get any of what they said. So they said smoke, oysters, and lemongrass. The very first deep inhale, I got nothing. The second time, I definitely got seaside brine and just smoke really light way in the back. They say lemongrass. I might buy that, but it's kind of a minerally bright, zesty note. And it's way in the back. So nothing's really dominating in the glass. It's definitely got a little bit of brine in there on the nose, seaside, kind of stuff, but nothing really hitting out of the park as like the dominating characteristic, and nothing really sharp in the nose. It's kind of tamped down. There's not a whole lot going on in there. Now the flavor profile. Very wood fire smoke and seaside brine up front, moving into a nice deep rich caramel in the middle, and then finishing with like a really heavy, like a really heavy salted caramel at the finish. So it's very sweet on the finish. Not getting the spices they were talking about. I get some alcohol ding kind of in the middle. You might get a little bit of baking spice mixed in there, but that wood fire smoke way up front is dominating, along with some really nice sweet vanillas caramels. Second approach, it's all brine forward, mixed with that smoke. In the glass, it's all seaside brine. I kind of get that oyster smell now. Kind of mixing with that mineral. So, I would say so far of the Islas that I've been reviewing here, that I just recently purchased, I'm going to say that this one, this Islay Gold, is hitting with a more dominating smoke presentation. It's like start to mid palate in the flavor profile. It's a very strong, like stick in your face in a campfire type smoke. Just a tinge of ash at the end of it. But I'm not getting a lot of that peaty earthiness, and I am getting a lot of seaside brine mixed in with that. But then there's several really nice sweet notes mixed in with it. And boy, I just got a huge nose full of burnt rubber on that one. Like burning tire. Or any of you who work around power tools probably are familiar with the smell of when a belt starts slipping on a drive. So whether it's a vacuum or whatever, you kind of get that burnt rubber smell. That's what hit me, then coupled with some seaside brine. But yeah, it's got a lot of smoke in there up front, and it's not a peaty smoke to me. But just really nice sweet caramel in there. A little bit of leather and tobacco on that next bite. On that next sip. Sorry about that. I'm really enjoying it. So like I said, $36.99 at Total Wine in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If you haven't already, please consider smashing that like button, checking out some of my other videos. Maybe subscribe to the channel if you are not already. Videos drop on YouTube on Saturdays and on Minds and BitChute on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So if you want to jump ahead in videos, take a look at BitChute and Minds. You'll see that the whiskey review count is higher there, because I'm doing 2 videos a week instead of just 1. Yeah, drop in the comments down below what you can find a bottle of Islay Gold for in your area. I cannot find this here in Wyoming, so like a lot of things, have to source it from elsewhere. So you know what? When I travel, I pick up bottles. Lately, it's become kind of spendy. I've been dropping like $1,000 a bottle, or $1,000 every time I go somewhere, which not a good habit to get into. As far as the piggy bank's concerned, but as far as having a really nice bar with a lot of really good whiskeys, I'm doing well on that front. So, you know what? You might want to consider that next time. If you can, maybe, you know, make up a list either of stuff you can get locally, and then when you go somewhere else and you find something you can't get, pick that up, or vice versa. You know, start making a hit list of whiskeys that you want to purchase or are intrigued by, and then if you go somewhere else, see if you can find them. That's what I did. So the ones coming up, the Lagavulins, I couldn't find locally. Same with the Port Charlotte and the 2 Ardbegs that I got. None of those were available locally, so there you go. It always pays good dividends to have your eyes open when you're out and about traveling around. So I'm going to wrap it up there. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have yourselves a great day. We'll catch you in the next video.